Welcome to the Dawg Chug. We got Roger first in Cuyahoga Falls. He is the most annoying Browns fan in the Twitterverse. And then we got Ed in Columbus. He's the corniest.
Yeah.
And I am Andy, and I've got the stupidest Browns voice in all social media. What's going on, gentlemen?
It's week one, and it's here. It doesn't feel like it to me. And I'm going to miss the big, elite tailgate. I'm going to miss the whole thing because of a baseball coach that's having tryouts on Sunday from 2 to 4. And my boy Jack's trying out, man. So we got to be there.
I know you love family, Raj, and I commend it, but it's got to go family video games, and then home opener. It's got to be above family.
And
so you kind of
not the chooch. Can't go above the chooch.
I question your commitment as a fan. You question Deshaun Watson. I question your commitment.
That's fair. That is fair, Andy. That is fair. But tonight, if you look at my office here in the desk, I'm oranged out. All the Brown stuff is out. The helmet, I got the NBC robot guy. I'm full-fledged Brownsed out to try to get in the mood. And how else do you get in the mood but our guest tonight? We'll talk about that when he comes. But I'm trying to get in the mood for Browns. So, Pronky Dog's here. So,
Candy Corn is out there.
Candy Corn Man's.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
All right, I took over. Ed, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's finally week one in the NFL Browns season. I can't wait because you know what? It starts drama. I say good drama. I know people sometimes they think it gets a little too negative, but you know what? I'm a drama-filled kind of guy, and I'm excited about that. And that's what makes us the best fans in all of football because we don't need
Lounge.
What's up, Lyman Lounge? We don't need a Taylor Swift. We don't need, Kansas City. Oh, yeah, they get the first game and they're Super Bowl champions, but their 28-second ad had Taylor Swift in there 5 times. The Cleveland Browns don't need that. We are the best fans, and we don't need a celebrity like her. Even though she's good, I would take her. But we'll see you in the AFC Championship game, Kansas City, according to Shannon Sharp, and we'll get into that later on in the show.
Can you do me a favor, Ed? Since she's not going to be part of it, we don't need her. Can you also admit we don't need you dancing on social media? We just don't need that.
Andy, I'll be honest with you. It's not needed, but it's appreciated, Andy. Maybe not by you, but there are some out there, and I appreciate you for letting me go on. But I'm not as bad. I've cut down a little bit, Andy. I said 2024 is a year of fun, and that doesn't mean fun has to be me dancing. I get that. There are some haters out there, and you know what? All you haters out there, you make a dance video, just one, and then see what it's like.
We're not supposed to make dance videos, Ed. What?
Oh. Well, okay. Well, I didn't get that memo, Andy. So, but I will say one thing. I will make some more Chug videos this year in season 4, Andy. This is season 4 of the Dawg Chug. Are you guys ready? Roger, I know you made some big overtures about it, but you excited, my guy?
Huh? Roger, we like as much dead air as possible, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought we were going to.
Keeping it tight early on in the Dawg Chug. All right, we're going to move it right along to some of our most fun segments. I think we're starting with Breakhead News.
That's right. This is Ed in Columbus with your Dawg Chug. Breakhead News. The Texas Longhorns invade the Big House this Saturday to face the national champions. Asterisk. Texas alum Matthew McConaughey said the Longhorns will win. All right. The Cleveland Guardians remain in first place, but unfortunately their season ends this Sunday when the Browns kick off and nobody gives a fuck. And finally, the Cleveland Browns and Cowboys square off in week 1 this Sunday, and the winner might be the team that can get analyst Tom Brady out of the booth to play for them. Fox Sports wouldn't object as Brady is worse than us doing Dawg Chug updates and Breakhead News. And this is Ed in Columbus with your Dawg Chug. Breakhead News.
Wow.
Wow.
Look, you're so confident. You don't even think you need to put jokes in there. You just make references. That's awesome, man. That's well
you know what, Andy? You mentioned earlier on about your voice and your weak voice or whatever like that. But I do have a serious question real quick, and maybe we'll get Karns in here later to talk about it too. But obviously, Jim Donovan going down and everything. Do we know who's calling the game on Sunday? I've not heard yet. Does anyone know?
I do not know.
Because I mean, if Tom Brady gets annoying, I got to flip over. Who we hear?
Who did it last?
Siciliano. I think it was Siciliano filled in a couple times, and then Chris Rose as well.
All right. I would expect it would be one of those.
Well, I know Andy. That's the joke was, since I didn't put any jokes in Breakhead News. Are you calling the game because you have such an awesome voice?
I will call the game.
Okay.
If they need me.
Okay.
I'm going to call it from the Cyber truck.
Okay.
Can I do color?
Sure. Absolutely.
All right. Absolutely.
I want to just hear you scream in between every play. All right. Now I think it's time for Dawg Chug updates.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys a little taste of the news. No slides today. Sorry about that, but that's all right. We're 4 days away from the season, and to put it mildly, there's a lack of enthusiasm about the Browns, despite them having a loaded roster that made it to the postseason last year. The team just seems to lack energy when they talk about their expectations. Browns fans are keeping their head low on social media, and the national media continues to suggest we'll be average this year. So you might be asking yourself, how do we on the Dawg Chug put on a fantastic episode that matches the lack of enthusiasm from the Brownies? Well, by having this fucking homer on. Welcome to the Dawg Chug, Nick Karns.
Hi. I missed you guys. It's great to be here. It's great to kick off the Brown season with the Dawg Chug. And I'm hoping by the time we're done here, we have everybody singing a happy tune.
Nice. Thank you, Nick.
Okay.
We're going to continue with the with the Dawg Chug update. Roger, I think you got the next one.
All right. It's me. Hey, Ed, I just got a message. Send the Pittsburgh, send a link to him.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. The Cleveland Browns have announced their stadium will now be known for the next 20 years as Huntington Bank Field. Was it really necessary to include the word bank? I mean, was Huntington Bank Incorporated, LLC, Esquire already taken? Even our fucking stadium name's sucking, and I'm not getting in the mood. Can we please just make this about the podcast about the Lions? Pride Chug. Pride Chug.
Denied. All right. Jedrick Wills returned to practice today, and Coach Stefanski said he's worked very, very, very hard to get back. Asked specifically for the details of his rehab program that got him back to practice 10 months after knee surgery, Wills explained, "It was super duper intensive regimen that I stayed faithful and never veered from. Every Thursday, I'd start the day with a brisk walk to the bank on the corner and cash a check from that 18 million Haslam bucks AB donated me so I can eat a shit ton of cheeseburgers and play Madden the remainder of the week." Nice. Glad he's back.
This week against the Cowboys, it appears Jack Conklin will start at left tackle. Asked if he was up to the task, Conklin said, absolutely. You know, it's actually a bit of a misconception that playing right versus left tackle is different. It's the same concepts and plays. Everything is just flipped, so I'm just going to focus on getting out there like usual and getting the job done. Then, you know what, Andy, I'm sorry to interrupt your stupid joke here. But was this actually for real, or did you write this? Is this for real? I don't even like when you put me on the other side of the screen when we're streaming live. And I don't have Micah fucking Parsons breathing down my neck. Man, we're fucked. We're in trouble. Offensive, we're in trouble.
See, he's negative already.
Ed, you want me to finish your joke?
With the top 10.
Yeah, I ain't finishing it.
Jeez. Yeah. Well, that's right. We do have a top 10. I'm going to say, Roger, put me in charge in the off season. And technically this is not the off season anymore, but we do have one more. And Andy, I just want to say this, of all the ones that I've done that were okay, this ain't one of them, babe. But this may make it so I never have to do another top 10 again. So hopefully we'll see. I did try. And these are the top 10 reasons why Cleveland is America's team. Number 10, Cleveland is the most stressed out city 4 years in a row, according to Wallet Hub. And you know what? Hey, America's stressed. We'll be all right. Not after Sunday. Number 9, Cleveland has a higher homicide rate than Big D. We're Cleveland tough. That's right, Dallas. Number 8, entertainment costs 20% lower than Dallas, and that's including massages. Thanks, Nerd Wallet, for that stat right there. Hey, Cleveland's an entertainment city. Number 7, Cleveland leads the nation in converting office space to apartments. Hey, renting is the new American dream. American dream, American team. Number 6, Cleveland can turn water into fire. As we've all they named beers after that. That sounds like fun. Number 5, Cleveland's QB is hated more than Dallas's QB. Now that obviously there's different analytics and things like that, but I would say those are two polarizing individuals. Number 4, nobody gets their Cybertruck wrapped in Browns colors unless they love America. Elon Musk supports this message. Number 3, Cowboys is offensive like Indians. I mean, Cowboys and Indians, I mean, hey, they took away one. Browns, America's team. Number 2, Cleveland has a hole in their stadium so God can watch them and then curse them with the elements. And the number 1 reason why Cleveland is America's team, all the cuts on Browns X say they are. And that's tonight's top 10.
Wow.
That's well done, Ed.
Well done.
Well done.
Ed, you're giving me Color Rush vibes tonight. I like it.
Yeah, I said to myself, Sel, we got Nick Karns on tonight. Browns X personality. And you know what? I saw your post the other day where you did say, I believe, that the Color Rush uniforms are very elite or some.
They were the best. They are the best.
I agree.
And they won't wear them. They took away the stripes. Why?
Well, I tried to tonight, Nick. I respect it. Thank you.
Great.
Love you.
So, Nick, how are you doing? It's 4 days away. We're like 90 hours and counting or something. It's crazy.
I'll tell you what, we're way less days away from the videos that come out of the line wrapped around the Muni lot. I'm excited about that. That's like one of my favorite traditions.
Yeah.
It'll be about mid-Friday afternoon, and you'll just see the videos of the campers lined up around the Muni lot. And shout out to all those people, because that is dedication. That is a whole different level. It doesn't feel real, man. It really doesn't. I don't know what I'm going to do when I watch football tomorrow. It's going to be strange. I'm excited though. And you know what? I saw Pete Smith wrote an article today about like kind of the muted response that the Browns have gotten this year, and just kind of like the very tempered hype that we have going into the season. And like, I understand it and I don't. I tried to put that into words today on the old X-verse, Twitterverse, whatever you want to call it. There's so many good things about the Browns, and I'm sure we'll get into it, but I'm trying to understand both sides. Personally, I think the Browns are going 1-0. I think the Browns are going to win the division this year for the first time in my life, which would be pretty cool.
It upsets me, Nick, because when you say that, I know the last year, and we all know the last year was 1989. And when you say things like that, I was 9. My first Browns game was 89 when they won their first division title. And when you say things like you've never been around to see that, like that hurts my heart. And you know what? As a Browns fan, and I know Roger and I, we get sometimes labeled as the old Browns fans in the way that we talk, and especially Roger, if you've seen him on X in the last 2 weeks. But anyways, the point is this: every generation of Browns deserve a division title. Nick, we are going to get it this year for you.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Candy Corn asked if you still have PTSD from the.
No, man. Listen. Okay. Initially, that was Andy was there. Okay. Andy can tell you that initially it was a reasonable conversation.
Two-way conversation, friendly. Yes.
It was. And then it very quickly escalated. And so once it did, and once it became very apparent there was no longer going to be a conversation, I walked away. I have a life I value. I do not want to get permanently kicked out of Brown Stadium. And I'm okay with that. Like I said then, and I'll say it now, I stand by my actions, and there's no getting under my skin about it.
I want to make a clip, Andy. So I thought of something real quick. Hey, Nick, the only thing you did wrong, and you did do something wrong, is I tell my kids all this time, is when you argue or try to even talk, I won't even say argue, because I don't believe you went up there to argue. You went up there to talk. I know Nick Karns. Nick Karns is a gentleman. He went up there to talk and have a fun. I get you. But here's the thing. You saw that he had a Steelers and a Yankees. I tell my kids all the time, you can't talk to stupid and then expect, a good result there. And like I said, but you know what, Nick is an ambassador. Nick is a nice guy, an ambassador, want to have a nice conversation, but you saw a Yankee. Did you happen to think maybe the mental capacity might not be the same as everybody? I'm just saying.
I was fascinated by the story. I needed to know, because all of these Pittsburgh people, and I'm pretty sure AJ is going to come on at some point here, they're so Pittsburgh proud. Right. They got to wear Yankees and be a New York Yankees fan.
strange.
So-
Yeah. Well,
Speaking of, did you send him a link?
I did twice. Okay,
Pittsburgh.
so here's the thing. Check the Dawg Chug production thing, and I sent it yesterday, and I sent it today, and I sent a screenshot to him. So unless I'm sending it to the wrong notorious ADJ, because sir, I just want to say this about our Pittsburgh friend. You've had about how many X accounts now? You get banned, you fight with your own people. You're a very interesting character. But I don't want this to go down as I didn't send you the link. Homie, I sent it twice.
We need an email. I'll get an email for you.
Well,
Candy corn guy.
If you want to send
You
it,
got it.
Okay.
I took a
Hey,
brief
one of his-
review
yeah.
of the old timeline, my friend, and I am here for sports and sports only, my friend, and you are not here for sports only, and so I can respect that, right? Whatever you want to do, but that's just not stuff I want in my timeline, my guy.
Wow. You can't just give him a courtesy follow and then mute him.
No, that would be disingenuous. I do not do that.
All right. Fair enough. I respect it. And going back to, talking about not understanding Pete Smith's article today, maybe we're not crowing as much as we typically do about this horrible team. I think it just comes down to, if you think about it, if you go look, like tickets for the opener are going for more than they've ever gone. So clearly Browns fans are excited about the team. I think it's just the leader of the team. It's his third year now. We still haven't really seen much. I think there's just a little bit of like, can we jump on board and buy into this, that this is going to work? I think they need to see it. I'm excited as hell. I agree with you. I think they're going to win the division. But yeah, it's hard to, I think, buy in when you're just uncertain of what you're getting. And I think some of that is on Deshaun. I think he is struggling to get back to, being a franchise quarterback, maybe mentally, physically, obviously. So, yeah, I don't think he's the most inspiring guy when he talks to the media, but who cares? That's just optics. If he goes out there and balls out, I mean, this town is going to go ballistic. It's going to be amazing. And if he sucks, they're going to go ballistic too. It's going to be horrible.
It's about as polarizing as ever, which feels basically like Browns football.
It's very true.
You know what's so funny about that, though? I think it is. I think he makes a point up to a certain point. His point is correct up until Sunday around, I don't know, noon to 1 o'clock, when all the Browns fans, I think they're just later to the party this year. But I think once the game comes, it's the Cowboys, it's Tom Brady calling his first game, it's the Cleveland Browns, it's national game. As we all saw the Fox graphic, about 95% of the nation, unless you want to watch Baker's game, but 95% of the nation is going to watch the Browns. It's going to be in Cleveland. So I think that all that optimism, or lack of optimism, or lack of rah-rah, I think there is that true up until Sunday, when that level will just go from here to here instead of just going like it normally does. I think the path was like that, and I think that's the only difference.
And I agree with you, and I think that's always true, and I think it's more true this year than ever before, because there's so many guys on this team that inspire our love, and we're excited to watch play. It's sort of like, remember last year, all the Bengal fans were crowing for like 2 months before the season started, and then they all shut up when the team kind of started not living up to their hype. That was kind of us, especially, 2 seasons ago, after Stefanski had his first coach of the year. And then to a smaller degree, when we got Deshaun, that was kind of weird. And then even last year, people were excited. I just am not seeing people talking Browns as much on the timeline. I just think we're all kind of just waiting until it gets here. Once kickoff is here, that muni lot's going to be going crazy. By the way, Nick, what's your Sunday plans to watching the game?
Okay, so I told you I would update you, and unfortunately I have to work Monday. And so my plan was, if I didn't have to work Monday, I was going to come to the Muni lot. And since I do, I know I and Jacob are going to the Giants game on what is that, week 3? 3. So it just makes more sense for me to stay closer to home, unfortunately, because I really do want to come down. It's just work is not something
from home.
No. I'm going to so I have a friend who lives in Valley City. His name's John, and that's the same fantasy league I've been in since I was 15. There's like a group of us, right? They're all Browns fans. And so we're all gathering there week 1. That's kind of like a tradition we do. But I'm going to go there just because it's a little closer and there's a little less. Okay, so we do the muni lot, right? But then I'm not going to the game, and so then I got to figure out a place to go, and then I get home from Cleveland, and then I gotta get up at 3, and that's not going to work. That's not going to work for week 1.
Throw a flag.
Right. So off to Valley City I go. I'm sorry I'll miss week 1.
Anyone that wants to meet Nick and pull out your phone and scream at him to get the fuck out of here, go to Valley View.
That too.
There's only a few bars there. You'll probably run into him.
You might.
You're by the way, I wanted to say congratulations. Your fellow podcaster Jacob Roach just got a big gig over at the Open. I'm super excited. I read his first article about what was it, the Georgia Oklahoma game?
I love that for him.
It was great. Everyone go check it out. Awesome work. And you guys, Barton Browns, are doing great.
Oh yeah, Jacob's a fanatic, man. That dude could sit and grind film for 16 hours a day and not complain about it. Like, he just needed somebody to pay him to do it, and now he is getting paid to do it, and I'm really happy for him. And
now he can meet like people that are as obsessive as he is, so he doesn't have to have us come like, hey guys, I'm gonna do a 30-minute presentation on like
he's telling me about like offensive tackles right now. He's like ready to tell me about Browns draft prospects. And I'm like, we have not even started the season. You are a whole nother level.
Yeah.
What's that, Raj?
Well, no, that Jacob's article was about some prospects to watch in that college game. He's out of the gate.
I love that.
Out of the gate.
I read the article, then I watched the game, and I was like, this is great. I hate when he says, hey, it's 7 months till the draft. Come in and we can all talk about the 6th round tight ends that might be drafted and watch film. I love talking football, and I love the draft when it's here, but that didn't interest me.
He is hardcore. Jacob works his ass off, man. Yep.
So this is awesome. Anyway, okay, we're going to move this right along to Spit, Sip, Chug because we got a lot to pack in here. Ed, you prepared the statements today, and you've been running it lately, doing a great job. So I'm going to move it.
No, you get one extra beer because I am ready for Chuck. Okay, give me
Andy,
1 second.
we have infiltration from.
Okay, we're gonna do that.
I didn't know what you wanted to do about that.
All right, when he comes back, you could just be like the first.
We'll introduce said
And Nick, no.
Yeah, out there, audience, if you're out there, we have a special guest that we're going to bring on for a special little segment here. Why not?
Nick Karns. Yes. Nick Karns would win an argument against APJ.
Okay, well,
APJ?
Without further, the cat's out the bag. Let's bring him on. Steelers, I wouldn't say finest, but Steeler fan and
here.
Yo, here he is. Guys? By the way, Nick said you were a clown before we started.
No, I didn't.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that because he doesn't want to stick his foot in the grave before he even gets started. You know what I mean? Like, he's a smart dude. That's why I love him, because he's too smart for this shit. He gets
Speaking of smart, why are you on tonight? Why are you here?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm glad. Why is Roger in the top left-hand corner of my screen?
We asked that. That's a good
right.
You got a great beard going on right now.
Thanks, dude. Thanks, man. I cut my hair. Yeah. I'm wearing my jammies tonight.
Okay. All right.
Is what it
is. Everyone wants to know how many new accounts have you started on X in the last week?
7. And only 1 actually didn't get canceled.
Nice.
What is it? What is it that you do? Okay.
Right.
Listen. I only see like the tame stuff. What is it you are doing to get banned?
Yinzers hate you. They hate you.
Yeah, you're hated more by Yinzers than you are Browns fans. So what's going on?
It's absolutely true. You guys have more respect for life than Steelers fans do. They suck, man.
Don't have to tell us.
But to answer the question, I guess just not follow what everybody else is doing. Try to do my own thing. You know what I mean? Like, try to be an actual fan, not be a 15-year-old kid that's just shitting on Nick Carnsy's fucking comments section of his site. You know what I mean? Listen, I have Nikki, I have a top 10 for you tonight about why you're the GOAT for the bottom portion of Steelers fans across the country.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Are we ready for this?
Are you ready for this? So, Nikki, Nicole Karns.
Hi.
I've known you for a minute, not actually
Yeah.
known you. But
I
you're
follow
actually
like a gazillion of your accounts.
you're kind of like a good dude. You know what I mean?
I might
So let
still
me say-
follow a bunch of your band accounts.
I've been Gen Z, bro. It is what it is. I had 20 people cancel my one account that wasn't even. I had nothing wrong with 2 years. I was fully invested, making money, the whole 9 yards off of Twitter, and just because I was mass reported, I got kicked in one day.
Okay.
So that's the power of the internet, and I've not really been that interested in Twitter since that. But I love you guys, so I came back just for this.
Here you go.
And
so much.
Nicole, this is for you.
Okay.
I appreciate you. Top 10 reasons.
You know his name's Nick, right?
I really don't care.
I'm sorry, what?
His. I mean, you gotta give
Okay,
respect.
look, Andy, you're gonna mess
Nick.
him up. For him to count down
Nicole?
10-1 as a Steelers fan, that's hard.
Do you
All right,
remember,
all
do you remember
All
when I
right.
threw a rap out there and then Roger cut me off halfway through and then I couldn't finish it? I have ADD, bro. You're gonna have to cook
I
for a second here.
apologize.
So listen, first thing I want to say, Nick, is love about you. This is all love. This is like a roast. Is that you have the face of a shaved groundhog with special needs, and yet you don't give a shit that people feel that way about you.
No.
So I respect that. You put it out there. And even right now, I can see your face, and it's okay. You don't care about it. It's fine. Love that.
That is
Number
accurate.
9.
What is coming from you? So I mean,
Dude, come on.
it's
Stop.
beautiful.
Ed,
It's beautiful. Sorry.
I know. I know what I'm good at and what I'm bad at. I'm bad at Twitter. I'm good at this. Next. Erotic love. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna do my old eyeglasses because this is not working out for me.
Okay.
Erotic love for Myles Garrett. Nicole averaged a astounding 4.2 shirtless pics of Myles Garrett's per week, according to PFF, last year in 2023.
Job's not done. Kobe.
Yeah.
4.2 posts a week.
Let's
of
get
a
up to 5,
shirtless
Nikki.
man.
Let's get up to 5 this year. Let's get up to
We can
5.
do it.
PFF is keeping way more interesting stats. I'm gonna subscribe.
Number 7. I got these from PFF, by the way. Little Nicky Lou still actually believes PFF is real.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, PFF did a stat making fun of their own site.
Huh?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So, number 6, he's been posting the same clickbait post for 2 years and just turns the comments off and then lets Steelers fans make him money off of Twitter. I fucking love it, man.
I've never turned the comments off.
Yeah, dude, you hit mute and just move on with your life because
No, bro. Listen. I have never hit mute either. I let it go. Right. I just have restraint. Like sometimes I don't want to respond. But no, I let it
do
go.
too,
I'm not.
Or make top 10s, Nick. Or make top 10s.
Nick, I got restraint too, Nick.
At least you got restraint. That's probably a good thing.
All right. Nikki actually supports a dome in Cleveland because the Browns will never host a playoff game in inclement weather. And what the hell is Huntington Bank?
Is that 2? Or is
He did a 2-for-1
it's like
right
it's
there.
like a follow-up. Don't judge me. Look how bad Ed's top 10 was like 5 minutes ago.
No, actually, you're making mine look good. Actually, keep going.
No, it's not. It's okay. All right. I literally.
Hey, I can't wait to come back next week
Oh, I forgot you were here, Rod.
with
What's
my
up, brother?
top 10.
Listen, I care so little about Nikki that I didn't spend a lot of time on this, just so you know. So,
Very good.
you've already brought this up. Number 5 is blocked by less Steelers fans account than my account, than my new account that only has 200 followers. He's so adorable that even when
Oh,
was wearing the Yankees hat, tried to cancel him, everybody still came to his fucking defense. And that was amazing. And God love you, because you were just being a goofy guy and trying to make a conversation. And that kid was such a douchebag, and you owned his ass, and you deserve love for that.
I just literally, we were talking. It was great. He was telling me all about his family. Everything was fine, right? Like Andy and Jacob are looking down on this, and they're like, "Oh, this is fine." And then it like like boop, flip switch, and it just got
He
bad.
goes, "Are you Nick Karns?" And then he just whipped out the phone.
Yep. He was trying to make some clout off you. That's fine.
And then why? Okay, why are you posting this video of you just yelling at me? Like, what is that going to garner you? I don't.
He thought it was gonna get him some attention, and it backfired, and he deleted it. And here we are.
Yeah, tell him to go make dance videos if he wants clout.
Yeah, exactly.
Ed makes dance videos all the time. They're adorable.
Hey, okay, Joe.
Thank you. No.
All right. So listen, number, I don't know, was it 7, 6?
Something
Whatever the
like
hell. It's this picture right here.
Okay,
Oh, it's so shiny.
it is
Oh.
shiny.
It's just Nick
Nick.
and Andy
Yeah,
loving each other.
I love
There you
Andy.
go.
it is.
There you go.
Look at
There
him.
you go.
Look at that man. Look at Andy.
And you know what? I like that about you. I love your man love for Andy
Yeah.
because I also think he's, Andy. I
Right.
get it.
We had a great night that night. That was a lot of fun.
We did have.
you
a
like-
night.
I think it might. What number am I at now? 9 or 10? 10.
Are you like
10?
holed up somewhere?
Either
writing
way.
a novel?
So wait, what?
Are you like holed up somewhere, like writing a novel or something? You look like you're
No, I put it on a piece of paper so I
like
wouldn't
you're a
forget.
hermit,
Yeah.
like some
And AJ,
hermit.
if you ever want to come hang out, buddy, AJ, what's your beer
All right.
of choice? What's your beer of choice? Okay.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
It's Miller Lite. It's on me, buddy.
Just dude, I'm just
come hang out.
redneck from Central Pennsylvania. I'm not a Yinzer. I'm a Pennsylvanian.
What?
So-
Okay. Let me tell you this real quick.
All right.
I lived with two Yinzers in college. I went to Kent State, and my best friend in college is from Freedom, Pennsylvania, and I ended up going there. It's the middle of fucking nowhere, right? But we hung out there, and then we went to downtown Pittsburgh, and we had quite a night on our hands, and I had a little Pennsylvania Pittsburgh experience, and it was great. Honestly, it was great.
All right. Okay.
That's cool.
Did
Oh.
anybody say, "Are you Nick Carnes?" And
Well, that was 22-year-old Nick before he had anything on Twitter.
You probably still look the same though. Ain't gonna lie.
Let's
Somebody would have said, "Are you Roger First?" But they would have won to fight 20 years ago.
So listen, number 10, last thing I want to mention is dude, like we've been back and forth for like a year, but you lost the Nick Chubb conversation, bro. Just move on. You
what?
lost it.
Get out of here.
Rehash it up for the
right.
audience
I
out there. 'cause they
Totally
may not
right
know.
the whole time. And I know you keep backpedaling and trying to say, "Oh,
Nobody-
he's still signed," but he took a shittier contract, and nobody else in the league wanted him, and it wasn't a win.
He was
Just throwing
never
it out there.
getting cut. He was never getting cut. It was never a thing. He was never going to be a cap casualty.
Because nobody else wanted him.
Nobody else had a chance to get him. That's kind of how that works.
He's injured, man, so he didn't have to worry about it.
He was
He
still
gave
on
a
a
35-year-old guy like a lot of money today.
He was
Sounds like
under
he's
free
in the last
agent.
year of his contract with 2 broken knees and no guarantee for next year, and he's okay with it. And he took a pay cut. I don't know, Nicky. I think he might have lost that one. That's all
well.
I'm saying.
The good news is we're going to get to see how it plays out on the field, and hopefully, we
I
won't
think
have
that's
any
great. 'Cause
dirty-ass
In
players
reality,
injured.
in reality, that's what Najee did too. That's the whole contract with Najee.
You know
It's
why we
like,
didn't lose that one? Because he's still a Cleveland Brown. At the end of the day,
Right.
the Browns are better for having Nick Chubb. And what do I care what his contract is? What do I give a shit? What do I give a shit? He's a
I mean,
Cleveland
that
Brown.
doesn't
Better
care
than
about money.
We win.
We
win.
Ed, I love you. This is about me and Nick, man. I was just talking
This
about
is a
him
top
and I's
10. This is
conversation.
about a
You
top
got
10.
to end strong. That was a weak
Because
ending.
AJ told me once Nick Chubb was hurt that he was gone and he was done as a Cleveland Brown. And I was like, absolutely fucking not. Nick Chubb is going to be a Brown, right? And is Nick Chubb a Brown?
That's the win. That's the win right there.
Is Nick Chubb a Brown?
He is a Brown.
And
Was
you
that
know-
the best
you
case
fucking
scenario?
Goalposts. I don't want to hear it. You told me Nick Chubb was not going to be a Brown, and
Hey.
look at you, fucking taking the goalpost from here to over there. You said
I-
not a Brown, still a Brown.
Can I get the floor for a second here?
Yeah.
What I
Absolutely.
think we should do, because I think Nick won that, and that was a pretty lame ending. Let's all mass report him on Twitter. All the people watching, let's all
Yes.
mass report him. And
This is why everybody hates me.
I don't hate you.
yeah, but it'll be really funny if we get him banned. Apparently,
No,
if 20
not
people
again.
do it at the same time.
Not
it's
another
not gonna
count to follow.
Anyway, that was awesome. It was an awesome top 10. I mean, a weekend.
Did he have a top 10? Did he finish it? Was that
I
That
don't
was
I don't
last
remember if I did. It's fine.
okay? He jumped
You made
around.
like
Listen.
a great laughing meme too. You're really good with the memes. I appreciate
Thanks,
that.
buddy. Listen, I just make picks and I like to have fun, and I appreciate you all. I just wanted to pop on quick. I don't want to steal your thunder because, I mean, Nick's the guest of honor for this shit. So I'll be back on another episode, and Nick, you can just kind of tune in.
He'll
from
be
the
back on
outside.
a
I'll watch
Wednesday
you,
before
dog.
Thursday.
I'll watch you. You're must see TV. Look at that mustache.
Hey, we're gonna
Must
have,
see TV.
we'll have him on for like Pittsburgh week, one of the Pittsburgh weeks.
Hell
You're
Yeah.
going to be on
Then
a
we're gonna bring
Wednesday
Nick
night.
on to do a top
We
10
play
on him.
Pittsburgh on a Thursday night game. He'll be on the night before. Thursday night,
And-
November
And
something.
AJ, before you go, I want you to know.
If I let you. Next, what's up, brother?
That's fair. I want you to know this is actually from Pennsylvania, and I wore this hat because I knew you were coming on today. I went spelunking and whitewater rafting in the old Ohio Pile, Pennsylvania, and it was great. And I knew you were coming, and so it's kind of like a little tribute to you, friend.
They weren't supposed to tell you I was coming, bro. And I was supposed to be way worse than this, but I have love for you, brother. So it is what it is.
Yeah, shout out to Plum, Pennsylvania. ADJ, my family. I got family. My dad was born in Pittsburgh. I got to say that. Plum, Pennsylvania. Mayor was the mayor in the 1960s, and I got a middle school named after me. So shout out. Hey, I got some
Awesome.
Pennsylvania roots. But you know what? Fuck Pittsburgh. Go Browns.
All right.
Hey, Andy, your car's stupid, by the way. Just so you
Thank
know.
you.
Just want to let you know.
Thanks for popping on. Everyone, go check out his social media.
Don't
accounts.
check it out. I'm
Don't get
nobody
banned again,
anymore.
bro. We want to follow
I'm
you.
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm nothing.
All right.
Don't get
Hey,
banned.
Listen, love you
take
guys.
it easy.
I'll
Tell
see
your
you
mom to
soon.
use that ointment.
Hey, you fuck you.
I love you.
Bye.
All right, that was fun.
Oof.
Wow.
See, like, okay, so let's just say this real quick. We can have a conversation with AJ. That's what I was doing with that Steelers fan. Everything was great. But then, like, AJ knows me, and that Steelers fan did not want to know me. So when he got a hostile, I left. I don't know. If that makes me a bitch, fine.
No one thinks, well, for your interpretation of that is exactly what happened. If anyone thinks you're a bitch, they're just sorely
Whatever.
mistaken. That guy was trying to be friendly and have a good time. And then he realized, oh, I could go viral. And he started weighing the two things and shows viral. And that's why he's a douchebag. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, but you know what it shows is you're walking through a concourse. How many people were there?
Mm,
How
How many people were around? Like,
57,000.
yeah, they set a record
Right.
for SummerSlam.
exactly. And you strike up a conversation with the guy, and he's like, "Wait a minute, are you Nick Karns?" So what are the odds of that? So who won that battle? You did, because who the fuck is he? Did you know who he is? You didn't say,
No.
"Hey, who are you? Hey, are you?" You know, no.
Yeah.
That's
You were
right.
walking past somebody in a crowd of whatever, and hey, are you Nick Karns?
He acknowledged you.
So,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, who know? Yeah, who won that battle? You know,
I
Well,
don't
listen,
know.
this is easy because, as we just said earlier in the show, we live in very, people are over here, people are over there. Everyone sees things differently. And in this situation, Browns fans and Steeler fans came together and said, that dude's a douche.
That was something, man.
And they had to
Yeah,
expect.
yeah,
You
man.
united two fan bases that hate each other. So,
I would
props to
never.
you.
If somebody,
and props to that guy for being such an asshole that he actually made us all see something similar.
We'll just fly him to Gaza right now. Nick will get it done. We're flying you to Gaza. We're going to end that shit. If you can get Pittsburgh and Cleveland fans to unite, there's nothing. We're sending you over.
I don't think that's wrong. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
top
We
10
broke
ways
some
Nick
peace.
unites people.
I'm here
All
to
right.
broker peace.
Let's move it along to Spit Sip Chug. Ed, I'm gonna turn it to you.
Oh, jeez.
Way to get the
You
show
sure you wanna do
moving.
this? I want to say this. I want to shout out Andy for actually showing a comment today. There was positive, but there was another one in here, and then I just lost it. But anyways, shout out to Candy Corn Guy and for your love tonight. But we got a game. It's got so much fame, and I think it's because I gave it its name, Spit Sip Chug. And we got statements, not question statements. And if you strongly agree with that statement, you are going to chug. If you're lukewarm, you're going to, just sip. Roger, we're going to make the rule right now. Nick, you agree? Roger cannot sip tonight.
I love that
Ah,
rule.
Okay, because
Yeah,
last
right up
two
there.
times,
You're spitting or you're chugging, and that's it.
yeah, last 2 times, Andy and I, both of our faults, we forgot. But tonight, we're not forgetting. Nick gives the blessing. No sipping tonight for you, Roger. And if you happen to not agree with the statement at all, totally agree, you're going to spit, and that's what Andy does best. It's disgusting. That's what he does, and that's why he gets to lead off this week's edition, because I love to see him spit. And the first statement is, let's go here. Oh, we got to get, yeah, there you go. All
I'm
right.
excited about these statements.
There it is. Myles Garrett will be the best defensive player on the field Sunday, and it will show. Start with you, Andy, only because I don't want to forget. I figure if I start with the, because Roger yells at me, and I have to start with going it that way. Otherwise, I'll mess up.
Yeah, so look, we've got 2 of the best edge rushers, right, on the field. And I think, the Browns' offensive tackle situation is pretty dicey. Conklin's probably going to be playing left tackle. I'm a little nervous that they can just patch this together and it'll work out under the worst possible circumstances. I mean, it's probably the toughest matchup that we're going to face. Plus, Deshaun looks like I think he kind of takes a minute to get going. Like mid-season, if the guy stays healthy, I think he's going to be phenomenal. But early on, I'm not quite expecting it. I think we're going to have to win more defensively. So, yes, I think Dallas's defense line might show out our defensive line. I know they don't play as well on the road, but I'm a little skeptical. So I'm going to spit on this one. This game's going to be won by the defensive backs anyway. So they'll be the best defensive players, I think.
Oh, I am actually. I'm gonna chug, and
Mountain DZ.
I'm gonna chug. I know. And here's why. I think Andy is damn right. And the only reason I wanted to start with you, Andy, instead of Nick, is because I wanted to hear your answer. Because sometimes I feel like you say the Dawg Chug is an entertainment show, and it is. But sometimes we give good sports takes. And Andy, you beat me, and I said, "Damn it!" At the end of your answer there, because you said the DBs are gonna win us the game, and you stole my answer. Okay, and you did it without Karns' help, and so kudos to you. But I do think it's going to be one of those games where it's going to be a lot of passing. It's week 1. I think the DBs are going to be the reason why we win it. But I think because of so much pressure that the DBs can bring in the Schwartz defense and the way that they can kind of they can do it. They're like a Swiss Army knife. One thing, Newsom can go inside or out. What I'm saying? Denzel, when he plays, let's be real, he's going to get an interception. When he plays, he's really good. We talk about it at work all the time. Me and Phil, shout out to Phil. But keep it short here. Myles Garrett will ball out. I think I'm going to say this bold statement: 2 sacks on Sunday for your defending defensive player of the year, and the Browns get it done because of that. It's going to be fun, and it will show. Nick.
Nice.
I love it.
I would like to chug, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm not just being a homer. There's a couple things here. Number 1, the Dallas Cowboys also have offensive line issues. They're not sure. I believe they're going to start a rookie tackle. Okay. And number 2, I do not at all believe in the combination of Rico Dowdle, Ezekiel Elliott, and Dalvin Cook. Okay. So what I'm saying to you is that the Dallas Cowboys are not going to be able to run the ball. And when they're not going to be able to run the ball, they become one-dimensional. And that is going to open feast day for Myles Garrett. And so because of that, I believe that he will be I don't understand the hype around the Dallas Cowboys offense. I don't get it. Like, CeeDee Lamb is elite. Jake Ferguson is great. Dak Prescott played his ass off last year. But they don't have a running game. They really don't have a wide receiver, too. Their offensive line is kind of a question. I don't get it. I don't get the hype around it. And I think the Browns, especially at home, have the power to make them one-dimensional. And once they're just dropping back to pass, say the Browns take like a 14-point lead, maybe, I think Myles could feast. So, yes, I'm going to say he's going to be the best defensive player on the field.
Great answer.
Right.
Roger, I'm waiting.
Man, I really like Parsons. He's just the line. But Miles Garrett, there's going to be a defensive player on the football field that nobody's mentioned in this that I think is the key to the Browns winning Sunday, and that's Ed. You want to sing? Is Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
The Browns
Could
will be
possibly the best-
okay.
Could possibly.
We got
There you go.
okay. Nick, you bobbing. I'm gonna sing it, brother. I love it.
I heard that song in the grocery store the other day, and I heard
Could
your voice
Oh, thanks.
singing that song.
It was a labor of love.
So that could be the best defensive player on the field Sunday.
Okay.
But I'm going to chug and say Miles Garrett because everything's orange and Nick's here, and
Proud of you.
I'm going to be positive for the Browns. So
Proud
I'm
of you,
going to
buddy.
chug.
I love you, Roger.
Wow. That was a nice first round of Spit Sip Chug. We'll go to our second statement, and we'll start with me. Deshaun Watson will outperform Dak Prescott. When I get in charge of stuff, I like to just why not rip the Band-Aid off here? I'm going to sip on this, but that doesn't mean the Browns will lose or the offense won't look good. Dak, like you said, Nick, it's going to be one-dimensional. The Browns will shut down the Dallas running game. Dak will have to go back and throw 42 times, maybe. High numbers. So will he probably have more yards? Probably. Will he probably have more completions? Probably. Will he probably have more incomplete passes, though? Yes. Will he have more turnovers? Yes. So that's the deal. Might he have more rushing yards? Maybe if he scrambles because they're losing. And that's the thing. If Dak puts up bigger numbers than Deshaun Watson, I think that's probably it just feeds into what's going to happen. So I think he does from a fantasy standpoint, but from an efficiency and trying to win a Super Bowl, I think Deshaun outperforms Dak. Nick.
I'm just going to sip. I'm just going to sip because I think with Dak having to drop back to pass, like the Browns could be a much more balanced offense, and I don't believe that the Cowboys can be. And so I still expect Dak to produce. And Deshaun is not a fast starter. He hasn't been in his career. So like if we got like 2 touchdowns and 275 yards out of Deshaun, I'd be ecstatic. Right. But I just don't know that yet. I don't know that yet. And so I got to sip.
Yeah. I'd take 220 and 2 touchdowns. I like the 2 touchdowns, but the yardage to me as long as he's efficient. I'd even say you said 275. I'd take 220.
Sure.
I'd take 220. Roger.
Man, I just needed a drink of beer. Nobody get excited. I got to read the bottom of the screen so I can get this wording right. Deshaun Watson will outperform Dak Prescott. I'm going to have to spit on that. And everybody wants to predict with stats, and a big thing with stats is predicting what may happen. And what I like to do is go back in history. I like to take a look at what's happened. What do I notice happened in the bat? And what happened on September 18th, 2023 was Watson had 22. He had same day as Kenny Pickett. So am I going to sit here today and say with no preseason games, coming off surgery, everything that he's going to have a better game than a guy like Dak Prescott that's played a lot more football? And neither one of them took any snaps in the preseason, right? Am I right about Prescott doing it?
I believe so, yeah.
Who's played a lot more football than Deshaun Watson has in the last 4 years. So I'm spitting on it.
Andy.
All right. So look, Dak Prescott's a veteran quarterback in the prime of his career. Deshaun's obviously coming back. I think the Browns know what's at stake with Deshaun. He has to get back to what he was to some degree. He has to at least get back to being a slightly above average quarterback for us to have much chance of winning the division, which I think is the goal. So I think the Browns are going to be very, very conservative with Deshaun, because if he gets too aggressive and throws some horrible passes, that's going to invite a lot of controversy and criticism, which is going to mentally impact him. So they're going to play it very safe on Sunday. They're going to try and win this game defensively. The Dallas Cowboys are not. They're going to be airing it out. So I think at the end of the day, Dak's stats are going to be much more impressive. If I had both in fantasy, I would absolutely be starting Dak this week. But if the statement was which quarterback will have the better season, then it gets a little trickier for me. So I'm going to spit on this one.
That's a spit. I don't know what Roger did. I don't know. But we'll go to the statement number 3, starting with our guest here, Nick. And that statement being, Browns running game will rush for over 100 yards.
What's it on, Nick?
Yeah,
That's
Nick
a tough.
Nichols.
That's a tough question.
Statement. Nice. Keep going.
I'm gonna chug. I'm gonna chug on that because I think the running game is going to be successful. We saw so Kevin Stefanski has 3 of 4 years of successful rushing attacks. Now I understand Nick Chubb is a big part of that. I get it, but even without Nick Chubb, like I remember Dearness Johnson coming in against the Dallas Cowboys and rushing very successfully. In addition to hurt Kareem Hunt. Kevin Stefanski's always coordinated a efficient, good rushing attack. And I think with a healthier offensive line, the running game should be good. And it should be effective because we have those history of years on our side. So, yes, over 100 yards.
Chugging.
Roger.
You know what, man? I love Ford I love the Bearcat. Shout out to Ross, the sock boss, Bearcat.
Yes.
Jerome Ford, Bearcat. But I had to Google 3 times. I had to Google the other foremen. I had to remind myself who was our other running backs. You know what I mean? Because Nick Chubb, the greatest running back ever to live on the planet, is sitting the first 4 weeks. So I'm on the fence about the running game, man. That's part of there's question marks at tackle. Conklin thinks he's just playing right tackle with a mirror in front of him. I'm just concerned about the offense all the way around. So yeah, spitting on it. So I would sip on it for the record.
Right, but you can't.
Asterisk, but I can't.
Right.
Asterisk for all the buck nuts.
You always throw that out. Andy, I'll show restraint like Nick did. I'll show restraint here.
I already, in the last statement, I answered that I think the Browns are going to be very conservative. Conservative means they're going to be running the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe they will. And as Nick pointed out, the offensive line appears to be healthy. Obviously, Conklin's playing out of position. I don't think it matters as much when he's run blocking. So, yeah, I think they're going to be able to run the ball pretty effectively, and they're going to be running the ball a lot. So they're going to smash 100 yards. So if the over-under is like 120, I would go put a lot of money on the over. So
well, great. Well, most people don't tune in to the Dawg Chug for stats per se. I just decided to just throw some real stats out there. So if you're listening out there, we actually do say some things that might be worth listening. But the Browns are a good defense. Dallas is a good defense. Okay, that's not a stat. Okay, but here's the stat: Dallas last year was only 18th because good defensively. They were only 18th in the league against the rush, giving up over 114.1 a game. Cleveland actually was 10th with like 103 per game. So I do think Jerome Ford, bust a big one, and then let's be now. And I think I think the Browns go over 100. So that'll lead us to statement number 4. Yes. Huntington Bank Field will officially be 1-0 after Sunday, and we will start with Roger.
Oh man, see, I can't. Again.
That's the reason I wanted him to get this one. These are all loaded, and Roger, it just works out great this way.
It's Andy's AA sponsor always says, "Fake it till you make it," and that's what I'm trying to do. with the Browns. Fake it till you make it. And but if it's not the Huntington, if I'll tell you what, if they're 1-0 as Huntington Bank Field, but if they're 0-1, it's the ATM of sadness.
Jeez.
They'll be
Not bad.
just kicking out instead of the factory of sadness. They'll be nice in Brook Park, though. You know what? I got the Browns. Of course, I'll pick the Browns to win Sunday because I'm almost done with my third beer. So by the end of the show, I'll have the Browns winning. So I might as well just preempt it here and say yes, that I'm chugging on that. How about that?
It's
I'm
time to
chugging
chug.
because Nick Karns is here. I'm chugging.
Love you, Roger.
Andy.
If we were playing in Dallas, this would be a matchup that would concern me, and I probably would sip week 1. But playing at home, they're going to win this game. We're going to be 1-0, so I'm chugging.
I think it might be a clean sweep if I know Nick, but I'm chugging as well. Browns get it done, and what else is there to say?
Okay, couple things.
That's nice.
Number one, the Browns were tied with the Cowboys last year for the most home wins in the NFL at 8, right? So the Browns were 8-1 at home. That matters. Also, the Browns' defensive splits at home versus the road were way better, right? And I get part of that is opponent, but I also think part of that is home field advantage. And I do think whatever you call the stadium, it is a home field advantage. I expect the Browns to win. I expect them to be 1-0. I expect them to start hot and continue this streak that they find. MC, we are not picking Dallas. We're not picking stupid Cowboys that are trotting Ezekiel Elliott out there and okay. Another thought is Dan Quinn's gone. Okay, before Dan Quinn got to Dallas, Dallas's defense sucked. Okay, if you expect me to put my faith in artifact Mike McCarthy, you are barking up the wrong tree, my friend. I am chugging on the Browns being 1-0.
Wow.
Fire.
Clean slate.
Yes, and that will end a rousing edition of Fix the Chug.
I'm with you on the Mike McCarthy thing. I don't like
He
Mike
sucks.
McCarthy. I don't like the whole great Green Bay thing with the fucking Wolf family and all them. I don't like none of it. Dorsey's part of the whole thing. I don't like any of them. So it makes me hate Dallas even more. Oh man.
All right. Well, Roger hates the Browns. He hates Dallas. So I guess he hates
Right.
a little bit less than he hates Dallas, which is awesome.
You got the matchup of the team that spends the most money and the least money in the NFL.
Speaking of money, are we doing bets this week?
We'll see about that. I have a question, Nick. Though. You did not like you don't like the Las Vegas Raiders because
Nope. I fucking hate the Raiders.
So what would disappoint you more, if we lose to the Raiders or if we lose to the Cowboys week 1?
No, there's nothing like being 1-0. 1-0, especially with the fan mentality right now. The fans need
all right, so you'd
1-0.
be sad more if we lost to the. But what would make you more angry was the question.
Or what would make me more angry? Oh, the Raiders, because they suck. Listen, if you trot Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell out there and you beat the Browns with this roster, again, because the Raiders always seem to win, I can't do it.
That's the thing, Nick. Nobody sees it, but even way before Red Raid 88, the Raiders always beat the Browns on some fluke, some just outrageous play or just some craziness. The Raiders, I just never ever bet the Browns against the Raiders. Never.
They're
For
not
some
good.
reason, I hate them, and for some reason, it don't matter.
They're not good, and they beat the Browns all the time. They ruined Baker Mayfield's first start, and stupid Derek Carr and his dumb self.
Yep.
You know who did beat the Raiders though? Todd Phil Cox.
No. Yeah, but you know what? They ruined our season with DA. That game that we lost to them with Derek Anderson knocked us out of the playoffs. and that crazy game that year. The Raiders
I
always
just wanted to say
screw
Phil
us.
Cox. I didn't want to get into history.
I
I'm
hate
sorry.
All right, let's get all right. Enough of the Raiders. I hate the Raiders too.
Fuck the
I
Raiders.
hate everything.
We have kind of a fun game. This is actually interesting. I don't know if you remember, if the audience remembers, back in the day, we had this awesome technology that we could like actually talk to my son when he was still
Yeah, baby Manch.
a fetus, right?
Right.
We actually like
Oh,
would take his
fish.
his thoughts and put it into. It's amazing,
The
like
fish.
Elon Musk kind of thing. Anyway,
Minnow.
we have a new technology we're going to unveil today. This is amazing technology, and we're going to have some fun with it. We were actually able to go. You know, there's like an infinite number of universes, Nick. Like,
Yeah.
we're able to go to all the various universes that, like, the season's already like started or concluded, and find out what was going on, and then those universes had a Nick Karns that tweeted about it.
Oh no.
Amazingly. So
Oh yeah. Oh
we're gonna
yeah.
play a little game where
Absolutely.
we're gonna give you like the high level what happened to the Browns this season, and then we're gonna see how close your like what you think you would tweet, and obviously you don't have a lot of time to think about it,
Okay.
but in the heat of the moment, can you come up with a tweet that's close to what you actually tweeted in that parallel universe? It's gonna be
Okay.
very fun.
All right. I'm in.
I can't wait.
Okay, so we went to a parallel universe where let's see here. Deshaun Watson, week 1, he played terrible. He threw 3 picks for 165 yards and he lost 2 fumbles. And the Browns lost to the Cowboys 10-31. And multiple players after the game suggested that the Browns weren't prepared from a leadership perspective.
Oh,
So what did Nick Karns tweet like the next morning? Like, what do you think you would tweet? Obviously, you know.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the season isn't lost on one game.
All right, Roger.
It hurts me to say that.
Roger went out and he actually got what Nick Karns in that universe tweeted.
Okay.
Roger.
All right, here it is. It's don't let the Browns loss distract you from the fact that Deshaun Watson took 0 snaps in the preseason, as well as he is coming off an historic first-time QB unknown shoulder surgery. Ford plus Foreman averaged 5.5 yards per carry. Defense held Dallas to 10 points in the second half, and we have an elite kicker in D-Hop. Our stumbles didn't prevent us from being a playoff team last season. It's not going to do it this season either.
Wow.
That's
God, I don't
fire.
think I don't think I would be feeling that positive after a game like that.
You did.
You know, but that's not.
What
That's
happened?
obviously though. The Nick Karns in that universe is different than the Nick Karns in this
Yeah,
universe.
you're right. You're right.
But-
Rick and Morty stuff.
I think you were sort of saying we can't judge. You know.
Oh no,
Enough
no,
for
we're
one.
not giving up after week 1.
You know
Even
what?
if the Browns lose, we're not giving
No.
up.
I think the first couple weeks of the NFL has turned into like extended preseason.
Right.
Like with the addition of games on the back end, the beginning games. You know what I mean? So,
I love
Chuck,
that.
Chuck went out and got your tweet, Roger, from that same universe, and you said, "Told you, Rusty, trash can get out of here." Thank you, Chuck.
Oh God,
Amazing.
it's gonna be a hard day. It's gonna be a hard day to be a Browns
Oh, God.
positive Browns fan of that
All
day.
right.
Everyone's gonna laugh at me. It's gonna be bad.
We have another. We went to another parallel universe, and this one, after the Browns bye week, it was announced Nick Chubb will not be returning from knee surgery, and he posted a goodbye message to Cleveland, signaling the next time he plays on our field, he'll be wearing a different jersey. What do you tweet the next day?
He'll be wearing a different jersey.
Yeah. He's signaling his intention to go to a different team, which he'd have the ability to do because he's a free agent.
My heart. Okay, all right. My heart hurts today. Nick Chubb was the heart and soul of the Cleveland Browns, and I don't know how to imagine him in another jersey. But
I don't.
This is awful.
Imagine.
I'll still wish him well.
All right. And I think you got
Imagine
this
us wondering all day today what you would have said in writing about it.
Yeah. Well, we did find the Nick in the parallel universe, and this is what that Nick wrote.
Yes, we did.
Batman may be gone, but will never be forgotten. They made many sequels, so Cleveland, don't give up. Life is a movie. Maybe we get Batman Returns. If we eat our Chubb cereal and wear our Chubb jerseys for the next consecutive 365 days, it will show Chubb that a return to the greatest fan base ever to have procreated is warranted. Don't
God,
lose
I
faith,
hope so.
Cleveland. He's Batman, and I'm no Joker. Go Browns.
Wow.
Love that no Joker part. That's great. That's tight.
That Nick is a cool cat in that universe. That's a cool
He's
cat.
a cool cat.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
Okay.
That would ruin my heart. I've got Baker Mayfield jerseys just sitting. If I have to have Nick Chubb jerseys just sitting too,
I think what we're realizing is that when you have more time to think about it, you come up with a more nuanced tweet. But essentially, I think they're the same sentiments. So let's see how the game continues. In statement number 3, Kevin Stefanski and the Browns mutually agree to part ways after it's revealed he was inappropriate with a certain short member of Bougie Sports.
Oh boy.
That's HR.
Lysandra, she knows her.
Yeah, it's one of Lysandra's friends, one of Yvette's friends.
Friend of Lysandra's co-host. Starting trouble.
Big fan of Kevin
is
Stefanski.
Andrew Berry still GM?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yes.
Okay. This is nowhere we haven't been before. We've been through every head coach imaginable. We can do it once. We can do it again. Andrew Berry has already been there with Kevin Stefanski. He can find another. Go Browns.
Okay, nice. All right. I mean, it's not exact, but it's very close. Like many of you, I was caught off guard and disappointed by the actions of Mr. Stefanski. Thank you for 4 years of up and down play, but you will not be missed because you were just a cog in Andrew Berry's quest. Kevin, you proved yourself inferior, and we will upgrade substantially. I hope it was worth it, Mr. Stefanski, to wreck your marriage, sour your reputation, and miss the opportunity to be the best part of the greatest turnaround in sports history. Whoa.
Do you think Lana and Kevin will come to the tailgate, the Top Dog tailgate at the West? Is it the West G Lodge or whatever it is? You know, because Lana came. Do you think she'll bring Kevin?
If he's out of a job, I
In that
mean,
parallel universe, absolutely.
You know, what worries me is everybody got on Kevin and nobody got on the stalker from X.
All right. We really weren't supposed to out Lana that she was the one he cheated with, but Lana's an amazing person. She would never do that.
Good for Lana.
All right.
God.
In this parallel universe, the Browns start the season 0-5, losing all 5 games by double digits. What would you tweet?
What would I tweet?
The next day, what would you put out there? If everyone's hurting, everyone's in pain, what would Nick Karns tweet?
Okay, whoever quarterback 1 is in college, right? We're putting that dude's name no matter what with a little post-it note, you know? Like I'm going to write that dude's name with a post-it note, you know, just like we did with Myles Garrett, right? And I'm going to put it there. And then we are going to officially launch draft season, baby.
Jacob's going to love it.
Yeah.
Ed, you went to this parallel universe and got what he asked.
not quite exactly the answer we got in this parallel universe. This Nick in our universe, I gotta say, spicy answer. I kind of like his better, but this Nick guy, he said, not the start any of us wanted. The game didn't go our way, but I see a team that refuses to quit the way they step up to the line. I see a franchise that knows they have unfinished business by the way they keep trying to bring in left tackles, no matter how much capital it costs. Like Miles said, we'll just need to relax and worry about getting this dub this Sunday. Man, when he gets off IR against the Steelers, look out. He's not going to let anything stop him from taking us to Louisiana this February. Wow.
So you went
much more optimistic, this guy. Nick's already drafted new quarterbacks.
Well,
wow.
we're drafting one.
Wow.
If the Browns start 0-5, me and the 480 Bridge are going to be great friends.
Nice. Well, not nice, but
Hey, the quarterback that was just in the game, Jacob wrote about him. I already know what quarterback we're getting. Jacob wrote about him in his article.
Wow. I didn't mean to only go to parallel universes that were negative. So here's a different one. Okay.
Okay.
The Browns start the season 10-0.
Ah,
They're the darlings
Yes.
of the NFL and the heavy Super Bowl favorites. But then they get a little too comfortable and lose the next 7 despite having no major injuries, and they fail to make the postseason. What are you tweeting?
they missed the postseason?
Yeah, they started 10-0 and didn't make it.
Wait, you told me this was
Decided
going to be
so.
negative.
No, it started in a positive way.
those damn tiebreakers again.
It was a 4-way tiebreaker with unfortunately Baltimore and Steelers and Cincinnati, and we were the only one that didn't make it.
That didn't make it.
I don't. That's like the worst scenario possible.
By the way, your Nick tweeted a lot during that 10-week winning streak.
Yeah.
See you next year.
Well,
That's all I got.
Roger,
That's disaster.
Roger got this one.
Oh, baby, that game-winning jumper from Evan Mobley proves how much this team has grown up, and I'm buckled in this winter and spring to watch them bring another title home to the land. Let them know.
Go Cavs.
Go Cavs!
This game could be really special.
the core 4 looking good. Looking good.
Thank you, Cavs, for saving us.
Mhm.
Something.
You know what, man? You got to be tough to be a Cleveland fan.
That's unbelievable.
Look at what we got. Look at what we're on the brink of, though, with the Gardos.
Do you even know if the Browns were 10-0, the amount of things I would say that would then come back to haunt me at 10-7 and missing the playoffs? Holy moly.
Oh my God, can you imagine that?
There would be no limits to the shit I would talk.
That's right.
None of any kind.
Speaking of Andy, I got something I wanted to do. I did it with Jacob. Nick, I think it's time that you went under rapid fire. Now I'm going to go real quick, Nick. I need a yes or a no, a true or false here. Okay.
Okay. Yes or no?
Watson plays more than 14 games.
Yes.
Watson throws for more than 3,700 yards.
No.
Nick Chubb plays in more than 10 games.
No.
Nick Chubb leads the Browns in rushing.
No.
Amari Cooper leads the team in receiving touchdowns.
Yes.
Amari Cooper leads the team in receptions.
Yes.
Jerry Jeudy leads the team in receiving yards.
No.
Myles Garrett gets over 16 sacks.
Yes.
Myles Garrett gets an interception.
Ooh. Yes.
Ooh.
JOK leads the team in tackles.
Yes.
Denzel Ward leads the team in interceptions.
No.
Browns have 5 or more Pro Bowlers.
Yes.
Browns win more than 11 games.
No.
Browns win the division.
Yes.
Brownie the Elf is the best Browns logo.
Yes.
Dawg Chug is the top 500 podcast in Cleveland.
Yes.
Nick, that was rapid fire.
Well done, Ed. That was great.
Sorry. Give me.
I will say one thing. Jacob said no on the interception by Myles Garrett. Nick says Myles gets one this year, and that'll shut those
Myles
TJ
gets
Watt
one.
haters up right there. Or not TJ Watt lovers, I should say.
I got Grant Delpit leading in interceptions. He's going to bust out this season. Safety. That's who should lead in interceptions. Like a Woodson. That's who you should
Ed
have
Reed
your
or
interception.
something. Yeah.
Ed Reed, right. And I got Grant Delpit leading in interceptions
That's
this
a
year.
good year. Hey,
Bust
that
out year
happens.
for him.
That's a good year.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it is officially football season, so we are for the 3rd season in a row bringing back the greatest pool, where we're gonna
Yes, thank goodness.
all gonna make picks on NFL and college. We're gonna make 5 together. 3 of us plus Nick, the guest. Every guest will pick. My daughter Krista is going to be back making picks. She actually beat Weston out, so I I've pushed him to the curb. Now we're gonna have Krista doing it. I was gonna get a video, but I didn't get it today. We'll get that next time. She actually picked the Philadelphia Eagles. She could have picked any team. She was excited about playing in Brazil. She can't, get on social media in Brazil because of whatever's going on.
There's little, yeah.
Which is why she thinks the Eagles are going to win, because let freedom fly. She wants freedom to be in Brazil. That was her little message. She's very smart for a 6-year-old. Anyway, we need a pick from you three, and then I'll reveal who I was going to take. And if we win, we're going to get a big chunk of change, which I'm going to split right down the line.
Okay.
So, Ed, do you have a pick, or would you?
Well, I have to. Are you doing it just straight up, or are you doing it with points?
We're doing it against the spread. Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at the spread. I didn't know the spread. I didn't know we were doing this. So
all right, Nick, do you have a team you like this week?
Yes, I do. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna look at a couple of them.
Yeah.
Because looking at the spread, I bet a bunch of money lines this weekend, but I have not bet a spread yet. So
you can tell that I just throw this stuff at
right. We apologize.
No one's prepared.
I can sing some JOJOK, Browns will be AOAOK.
You know what? I'm just gonna reveal that I'm going Texas Tech against Washington State. I think they're gonna win by more than 1.5 points, which is what they have to do. So
the Sunday night game is the Lions and the Rams, and I think the Lions. It was 3, but I hate giving. They lost Aaron Donald. They lost their defensive coordinator. I don't know. The Rams are limping.
So it's -3.5. Detroit.
-3. It's in Detroit, though, right?
Yes.
Man, I wonder what else? Some other game. I don't.
I got. All right, listen. Now I might be biased, but I think the Chargers are going to be better this year. They are -3 at home against the Raiders. I don't think much of the Raiders. I don't care about this foot injury to Justin Herbert. I'm taking the Chargers -3. I think
Coach Harbaugh.
We always go to a 0.5-point spread. They always move it one direction, so it's actually going to be -3.5.
Okay.
Coach Harbaugh.
Let me think about this real quick then.
So whose turn is it now?
Well, anyone that has a pick will.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I mean, if we all think, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I know this may be the homer pick, but I mean, the Browns. I got a 2.5 line right here. So I mean, if we all think the Browns are going to win, I mean,
you're going to ruin it.
I know that's the thing. It's like, do I be that? Otherwise, I'm going to say Taze Valley High School. They're going to get blown out this week.
Don't ruin the pool.
All right, we got the Browns from Ed.
Why not?
By the way, we're going to do a lot more with the results of this. There's going to be a lot more shaming, so it's going to be much more important to get the picks.
I mean, we all think the Browns are going to win, right? So, I mean, 2.5. It's not like it's 3. We have to bump it up to 3.5. It's 2.5.
It's 2.5. Yep.
Yeah, I got to take the 2.5.
Win by a field goal.
If it was 3.5, I don't know if I'd do it, honestly.
I'm still taking the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers. I don't think the Raiders are any good. I think Justin Herbert's elite despite his lack of weapons. Give me the Chargers -3.5.
That's a good bet.
He likes that coach. Roger loves their coach, I heard.
I want Baker Mayfield over to. What's the spread on Baker over the Commanders?
3.5 or something, I think.
But it's in Buccaneers, right? It's in Tampa.
In Tampa, they're 3.5-point favorite.
Yeah, 3.5.
And then what's the spread? What's the spread? What's the other one that I liked? Was the Bears and the Titans? That's in Chicago.
I believe
Chicago,
so, yeah.
That's in Chicago. What's the point? They're giving Titans how many? 2?
4.5.
Oh, 4.5. No, give me Baker.
I got 3.5. I have a 3.5.
So these lines get posted on, I think, Tuesday, and then if they move, you still get the whenever it was posted. So, all right. So we got our 5 games. If we win, we win a shit ton of money. So let's go. And if we go 4-1 and someone fucks us, prepare to be shamed.
We went 4-1 so many times last year.
Yeah, we did.
So many times.
Man. Wow.
I'll blame the Browns if I lose.
The other game I really like, but I'm not picking is Seattle Denver. I think
Oh,
Seattle,
I saw that one too,
Denver
man.
sucks.
Denver does suck, but I'm
Seattle,
staying
And
strong with the
Jets
Chargers.
49ers. What was the spread on Jets 49ers?
It's 4.5.
Really?
Yeah.
See, yeah.
Was it 5?
Aaron Rodgers a big question mark. That's why I would never touch that. Just like Deshaun Watson.
All right, Nick. So we're gonna watch this game on Sunday. What are you looking for? And then, depending on how it goes, what would your advice be to people posting on social media?
Okay, so first you're asking me what I'm looking for.
Like, if you saw something, what would be like the most positive thing that you could see happen on Sunday? And obviously, you're gonna.
I mean, the elephant in the room is Deshaun Watson, right? Like that's just that. There's no way around that. Like if let's say he throws 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, okay, like that could right, which isn't like an incredible performance, but even that would be highly encouraging considering the Browns tackle situation, considering the Cowboys defense, right? I think that's the number one thing I'm looking for. Number 2, though, is the run game, because you don't have Nick Chubb and you were not successful even when Joe Flacco was throwing the ball for the most yards per game in the NFL last year in his streak, right? You couldn't run the ball.
Nope.
So I need to see that the Browns can run the ball this year. Figure it out. Jerome Ford, Deontay Foreman, however you do that, figure it out. Number three, I want to see that the Browns defense is for real and that you can bounce back from that abysmal playoff performance. I want to see that they could shut down, like CeeDee Lamb's a premier talent. Jake Ferguson's good. Dak Prescott's a great quarterback. I don't know what Dallas is doing, not paying him yet. I want to see them shut down Dallas's offense. That would be like, if you can shut down Dallas's offense, I think that would go a long way. So those 3 things, Deshaun, the run game, and the defense overall, I think are probably the most important things to me. Because I like, okay, even when Deshaun was in Houston in 2020, that was a long time ago. He was one of the most hit and sacked quarterbacks in the NFL. So I get it. The protection is probably going to be suspect from the left tackle position. Deshaun's found a way to be successful with that impairment before. So you're going to have to figure it out, bud. Like, you're going to have to figure out, it's not going to be a rose petals and a yellow brick road to success. Like, there's going to be some speed bumps. That's just the way it's going to be. So Deshaun, run game, defense. And if the Browns win that game,
when they win that game,
because I am predicting them to win that game, I think we turn the volume up. I think we turn the volume up to 20 to 10.
Oh, we will.
Because you play Jacksonville, Washington, Philadelphia, and
Giants.
Let me rephrase. You play Jacksonville, New York, Las Vegas, and Washington. Somewhere in that order. I don't know what the order.
I just hear wins, Nick. I just hear wins. That's all I heard.
If the Browns can beat Dallas, they can beat any one of their next 4 opponents.
Yep.
Right? So I don't know what your record could be then. I mean, pie in the sky, 5-0, but like, even if you're like 4-1, or let's say 4-1, like, that would be an incredible outcome for the early part of that season and where the Browns are trying to go. So if they beat the Cowboys, I think you turn the volume up to 10, because the Cowboys were a playoff team last year as well. Right? They weren't slouches. I get it. I get what happened in the playoffs, but in the regular season, the Cowboys are a great football team. They just are. The results speak for themselves. So if you beat Dallas at home, that is a tremendous victory and should be celebrated as such.
Love it. Nick, I consider you a good friend. I love that you come on our dumb show here and have some fun. Hope you had some fun.
Hell yeah, I did.
Ed, that was phenomenal co-hosting duties that you did tonight. It was great.
And Nick and I had a little history back in the day. We were pretty good together.
Yeah.
So,
I used to be on a podcast before Nick
I
said,
know.
"Get the fuck away from me."
Yesteryear, man. Whoa. I did not.
Hey, look.
That's not how that
I'm
played
just
out.
saying what Ed's thinking.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Hey, it's all good. We had a great show tonight.
We did.
And Roger,
Glad you guys still do this. I think you put on
Yes.
an amazing show. You balance each other out really well. And Roger, man, I hope beyond all things that after week 1, I can look at you and say, hey, Deshaun Watson had a good game. And then maybe slowly we'll start peeling back the onion that is you. And we'll get to that core and get you a believer again.
can we do like a week 4 check-in where regardless of which way it's gone, you both have to like hammer it out for 5 minutes?
Yeah. I'm in.
Okay.
As long as we don't have any more top
You
10s
know-
from ADJ, we're good.
you know- And it's because of 4 years ago, I came on Barking Browns, and it was about Odell Beckham,
Yeah.
you and I, that butted heads. And that's how we got to become friends. And
Yes.
And who was right
because,
in that,
you know, it's
in that
just
battle, Roger?
passion. Huh? What's that?
Who won that battle?
Well, I don't know. Joe Thomas, he lost to Jedrick Wills. He went to Germany. Nick, like, I don't know who won that. You know what? I
I'd say
think
you're the
both
winner.
Nick and I both lost the Odell Beckham thing. I think both Nick and I were losers in that. We both lost in that one. Fair enough. I think we both did. I'm just a Browns fan, man. So,
Are you?
all right, 4 weeks, we'll come out and see where we're at.
And if
I know, wait,
You know
I know,
what?
I know you're like,
didn't.
I know you're wearing Browns colors right now, but are you actually a Browns fan? Like the people want to know.
Of course, I'm a Browns fan. Just because, hey, you know what? All week I haven't been negative. Other than that, I said something about the puppet, the
All right, hold on,
quarterback
hold
puppet coach. But
Let's say
I
there's,
haven't been negative all week because Nick Karns is coming on tonight. I didn't want negative eyes on Dawg Chug. I wanted it to be a great uplift show.
the people want to know. This is an important question. There's 2 versions of Roger. One that gets to see the Detroit Lions go 1-0 while the Browns go 0-1, and the other gets to watch the Browns go 1-0 while the Lions go 0-1. Which version of Roger is happier?
If the Browns and the Lions are 1-0,
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say
You
that.
only
He
get
didn't
Only
say that.
one of
Oh.
the teams go 1-0. The
You
other
have to
one
pick
loses.
one. You have to pick
Which
one.
one's
I'm happier if the Browns are 1-0 than if the Lions are
Oh,
1-0.
Wow.
Absolutely.
But you've
Without
been,
a question.
you've
It's not
been
even a question.
shouting that fuck the Browns. I'm a Lions fan moving forward. Like
no,
he has.
I'm
Andy, you
trying
really
to get
just-
like a hot.
Are you being disingenuous or were you just frustrated?
I don't believe it.
I'll never tell you secrets again,
It
Andy.
Well, it's frustration,
Nobody's watching
Andy.
at this point.
No, that's probably true.
It's frustration.
All right, fair enough. I can respect
Obviously.
that. I get frustrated by the Browns. Nick got really angry after the 2 years ago. He got really mad.
This team, man.
It happens. Like you said, Roger. It's passion.
Every time I want to quit them, they
Passion,
brought back the
man.
white face mask, and I'm like, I'm back in, you sons of bitches.
I think we got a guy stealing paychecks at the level of like Dwayne Bowe, man. I think we got a guy just collecting paychecks. And I hope I'm wrong. So, but I think around him there's enough talent, and we're not asking
Right.
anybody to win games.
One final
Our
question, and I'm
defense-
sorry
Huh?
to keep dragging this out. One final question. You've got the fandom of Roger wanting the Browns to win. Obviously, you're on a Browns podcast, so that would be fun. But you have to weigh that against the
Chuck.
ego of Roger, putting your opinion out there constantly that Deshaun Watson's going to be an abysmal failure. So, I mean, if the Browns win, your word is shit. You're going to look bad. But if the Browns lose, obviously it's going to be hard to do this show. But then
But
you're right.
Andy, is this going to be the first time I've looked bad? Is
Well,
this,
that's a good
you
point.
know what I mean?
But
I
which
mean,
one's
really.
more important? Is it your ego?
Tell me
or
when he
your-
looked good. It might be easier if you list those times.
No, because I can flip the switch, put on a Watson shirt, be on Dawg Chug on the next Wednesday, and I'll be on stage on down at the basement in Portage Lakes wearing number 4.
There you go.
So It's that easy.
It's
Oh my
it's
God.
way easier
How
to
about
do
that,
things
Chuck?
in victory.
Chuck, how about that?
There you go.
Chuck
Now-
joined us.
Fair enough.
Chuck, you know what? This is what it brings us is passion. And it brings us to the point that we fight with people. And I fought with a friend, Chuck, arguing. And we're just Browns fans. And
Chucko
of
Browns?
course, I want the Browns to win and me to be wrong.
No, not Chucko Browns.
Chuck,
Love Chuck.
we're fighting. We were scrapping. We were fighting it
No.
out earlier this week. And I don't
Roger.
want to fight with people. I know.
Oh.
So
Didn't catch wind of that one.
Chuck,
Andy, there's
Chuck's
just
gonna
so many fights. There's so many
Hey.
skirmishes. So many skirmishes.
Chuck's a better guy than me. He's a bigger guy than me. So he let me off the hook. He's coming on this year. Chuck's going to be on
Love
this
Chuck.
year.
Nice.
Let's
Hey.
go, Chuck.
Hey, listen, he works out. Chuck's a big dude. I ain't messing with Chuck. I'm an old man.
All right.
I just before you guys leave,
Yep.
I want to say that week 2, the Dawg Chug and I are going to be. Roger, where is this bar? Where's this bar?
Give us the deets.
It's Portage Lakes. It's on Manchester Road
It's
in
called
Portage Lakes across from Coventry High School, right in Akron, Coventry area, right off 76. Easy to get to, right off Main Street, right there. Right
it's
off
called
Manchester Road.
and it's called the Basement, right?
It's called the Basement.
So everyone,
They're a chain of bars. They're all over here. I got one. There's one right down the end of my road, man. I'm Monroe Falls Avenue Basement. There's like 5 of them. There's one in Stowe. They're all over down here. This one's Manchester Road, Portage Lakes, in Akron.
all right,
Oh,
well, come
Coventry.
check this out.
Win or lose.
Basement in Akron, Nickel.
Take
Beach there.
selfies with Roger wearing a Deshaun Watson jersey.
And hey, they're pumping us out. Hank in Akron, he on his 330 to go on Facebook and on here on X. They're gonna be take a picture with Cyberdog. Come out to the
There you
basement
go.
and get a picture with Cyberdog. They're gonna be there taking pictures with
2
people
weeks away.
if they want to get their picture
If
If
taken.
you want to
with
do a
the
dance
truck.
video, I'm
So,
down.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
we got all that going on.
Can't
Yeah,
wait.
why don't
You're
we-
coming, Ed?
Hey,
Why don't
I'll
we
be
sign
there.
off and then we can do the dance video? It'd be way better than.
okay.
Thanks, Andy.
All right, Nick, it was so much fun having you on again. Love when you do the Dawg Chug. I hope we made it fun for you. All
Love it.
your statements about the Browns were great.
Thank you, guys.
Roger, I'm so glad to see that you're back invested in the Browns. Ed, you were phenomenal tonight. It was one of your
Thank
best shows. I just have to say it. And my voice still sucks, but we'll persevere. We'll pass through it and go. Browns, let's get a win on Sunday. We all predicted it. Let's see if it will actually
If you
happen.
got him, Andy.
Fuck yeah.
If you
Go
got
Browns.
him.
Go Browns.
You got him.
Chug 'em for the Browns. Go Browns.
Go Browns.